There's no creature alive which we shouldn't eat.
Many of us.
So the argument, Lord Deeds, is partly environmental and use of resources, and partly simply aesthetic. Do you worry about these things?
I think he's a high handicap man against the game from the very start. I think it's a very social game. I count the number of marriages that are saved by the fact that the man is spending a lot of time on the golf course when he's out of the home. I mean,
well, there was a celebrated divorce last year where a woman divorced her husband because he spent so much time playing golf.
Exception to the rule. Most wives, only too relieved, they're away for hours. On the environmental thing, most golf courses actually are refuges for little insects, birds and flowers that won't flourish on land that farmers have intensively cultivated. And we do find, I mean, scientifically it's proved, golf courses are lovely refuges for flora and fauna, which means flowers and birds and all that. And anyway, what harm do we do?
Yeah, what harm do they do, Jonathan Meads?
Well, I agree with Lord Deeds to an extent. I mean, they are great places in which to find odd species of birds and also of mushrooms, and they're very, very good for woodland mushrooms. But these are the older courses. They're not the ones that are being built now. The ones that are being built now are completely artificial. The grass is kept that green, not only by water, but by all sorts of chemicals, which inevitably get into any nearby streams.
I think Lord Deeds is actually agreeing with you.
Yeah, but if he's going to be accommodating, as he is being, I'll be accommodating to him. There are too many golf courses. The old established golf courses are fine, but I think that the market is getting slightly overloaded.
I thought you believed in the market.
Narrow point between having too few golf courses and too many. And we're in danger of having too many. And we're in danger of stirring up antagonism. We're very private, we're very, very quiet people, we golfers. We don't like stirring up social animosities. In fact, we're refugees from social animosities. We go on a golf course to forget our troubles. Do you forget troubles on the golf course?
Jonathan Meads, you're being asked if you forget your troubles on the golf course.
No, I don't forget my troubles on a golf course. I would sooner forget my troubles in a smoke-filled room playing cards, I suspect.
Have you no desire to be svelte and beautiful like Lord Deeds?
I have a desire, but I don't have the will.
Do you have an alternative sport?
Yes. What would we do if we weren't playing golf?
Well, you could play squash, cricket. I mean, golf is unique in the sheer amount of land that it takes to accommodate the whims and perversions of it.
We are a nation now of sport spectators, and golfers are about the last race on earth that are actually exercising themselves and playing a game as opposed to watching it.
But golf, the beauty of golf, I thought, was that you don't have to be fit or an athlete of any sort to play it. That it's a sport for non-sportsmen.
That's not my school of thought at all.
We'll leave it
well,
there.
it wouldn't be.
Thank you both very much. Thank you. Right, tomorrow morning's front pages, I think I can show you now. Tory Reform GP driven to take drugs. That was the GP given a suspended sentence. Court frees drugs doctor, the same story in The Guardian. Home buyers misled over mortgages in the Daily Telegraph, the same story on the front page of the Financial Times. OFT attacks home loan advice. Top NHS advisor was heroin junkie in Today. Heroin shame of Tory doctor in the Daily Express. That's all from Newsnight for tonight. We'll be back on Monday at 10:30. Till then, have a great weekend.
There's coverage of the special Labour conference on Clause 4 tomorrow afternoon at 2:30 on BBC2 in a special edition of Westminster with Nick Ross. It includes a phone-in on the issues raised. The number is 0345 514 614. Lines are open for the next hour and from midday tomorrow.
There is nothing wrong with your television. Do not adjust your picture. You are about to experience the awe and mystery that reaches from the deepest inner mind to the outer limits. Enter, if you dare, a place beyond fear and meet Enter a world where those who dream of immortality discover that the price of admission to the province of the gods is destruction. Enter the outer limits.
Get ready for Armageddon.
The channel that brought you the X-Files now brings you to the outer reaches of the human imagination. Television Without Limits, Monday at 9 on BBC2.
World Championship Snooker on the horizon in half an hour on BBC2, live coverage of the semi-finals. Slightly larger balls and the teams which play with them now on BBC2 in Fantasy Football League.
And there it is, the final whistle, and they're out. It's all over. Oh, it's a sad moment, this. Who would want to be a football manager?
Managers can only watch and wait and hope. Come on, Giggsy! Stevie, don't get the ball!
This is almost fantasy football.
Let's look at the next thing.
We are David Baddiel and Frank Skinner, for heaven's sakes.
No one's getting tickets if you don't know who we are. That's rubbish.
Hello and welcome to Fantasy Football League.
This week we'll be recreating one of Scotland's most memorable World Cup moments.
And we'll be saying a big hello to George Hardwick.
Hello.